windy today. It's hot, but it's also really windy, and I've noticed that some of the leaves are starting to change. It's like September 9th today, and I think today's the first day it's feeling like fall, you know, the Indian days of summer. So like a crazy person, I've been out harvesting as much as I can. My onions are pitiful this year. It was raining early and then got them in late. But you know what? They're edible. I'm going to eat them. These are great for stewing. These I can actually slice. Getting in patty pan to do something with. Probably donate a bunch of it. The big zucchini, some of these I'll save. These are those cucumbers that we pulled out. I'm letting them age more to save some seeds. And then I found some more that were... Anyway, I'll give those away to somebody if they are interested. All right, what are we doing? We're going to harvest sunflowers. See this sunflower? Look at how all the leaves are changing. And the seeds are getting eaten by the little critters that are around. This is interesting because they're just eating the ends of the seeds off, and like the seeds are white. Can you see that? Anyway, let's cut ahead. Let's go take a look at it. Oh, this is a good one because it's gigantic. First of all, the whole plant is tall, very healthy. Remember, when you're saving seeds, you want to save the best of the best. You save the best of the best, and next year when you plant it, it's going to get better. And the next year you plant it, it's going to get better and better and better, and it is awesome to see. For example, I've got some tomatoes. Now, I'll show you some tomatoes later. But they were regular-sized cherry tomatoes, and now I have really large-sized cherry tomatoes. I think I'm going to start weighing some of them because I think they're so big. But my point is if you save your own seed, you plant it in your yard. This is all saved seed that I planted. You plant it in your yard, in your weather, in your dirt, and every year that seed is going to improve and like your environment better. I'm an 8B. If I send these seeds to my friend Anthony, who lives on the East Coast in Carolinas, in 8A, and he plants this might do really well if we have the same kind of soil. We have a similar kind of temperature, but he's a full month ahead of me. So I don't know how well they would do there, excuse me. But here, this is a reason to save seed. You randomly buy some from the seed saving store, the seed store, and you don't know where they were grown. You don't know how many years it's going to take it to adapt to your yard, and that's if you're buying an heirloom, open pollinated, or heritage. You buy a hybrid, forget about it. You can't save those seeds and replant it. Well, I mean, you can, but who wants to? But look how well, and these are those stock pots. Remember, we started out this year with flowers. Then there was asparagus. So there were tulips, there were daffodils, there was asparagus. Now we have different kinds of cherry tomatoes. We've got sunflowers. I've got some paste tomatoes down there. And somewhere in here I have some tomatillos too. Anyway, that has nothing to do with our sunflower. Here's the sunflower head I'm going to cut down. I'm going to need 2 hands for this. But this is one of my best plants. So I'm going to take the head from the best of the best. And then we're going to talk about it. So let me cut it down and I'll meet you over at the table. Okay, so here's that same head we just cut down. And these sunflowers have been growing for years. Years and years. So this is what a whole head looks like, right? We're familiar with that. And these are tiny little flowers. Let's take a look at this. These are little flowers. So a sunflower head is thousands of flowers. Each one of these is a flower. And each one of these flowers is on top of a seed. So in order to let the seeds dry, we need to remove these flowers. Is that satisfying or what? Remove the flowers. I love working outside. So this is a Mammoth Sunflower. I think some of my Russian sunflowers have crossed with my mammoths, but I don't care. I think it's cool. So you can see these are black seeds in here. See if we can get a seed out. Now that looks more familiar, right? So one head. Look at how many sunflowers we have in here. Now I need to dry this. If we put it away right now, this is wet. If we tried to open it, we won't get a crack sound. It's wet. There is a seed in here. Let's take a look at the seed. Look at the seed, peel that away. So we have a sunflower seed. I can eat it. That's not nearly as good as it is dry. So I'm going to take this over to the handy dandy solar dryer. Let's put it in here and talk about another head I have in here. Okay, so what I did is I took this sunflower that we just cut, and I cut it pretty flat on the back, and I removed any extra leaves, and I just put it down like this. I'm going to leave these leaves on the ends. I don't care about them so much. And I am going to, when we leave, put the cover back down so this can dry and not get eaten by squirrels or whatever. I still have some peaches here too, another batch drying. This is another kind of sunflower. When I first planted these, the white seeds were the Mammoth, and these black seeds were the Russian sunflowers, and that's why I say I think these have crossed, because traditionally a Russian sunflower, there's many heads on one stalk, where a Mammoth usually has one gigantic head. But now I'm getting some with the white seeds, and there's many flowers on them, or a single, and the same with the dark seeds. So maybe I've created my own hybrid, my own cross, but I keep planting them and they keep growing. So I don't save them really for edibility. I save them because they're beautiful and they're pollinators and the bees like them. So I use them as a bee attractant. Now, of course, they do come in different sizes. Here's a smaller one. Here's some quite tiny ones. These are some extra flowers that were on a multi-headed plant. And then I get some of these, which are definitely a cross in seed, aren't they? They're a little bit of the black, and they're a little bit of the white. And this is what originally led me to think, maybe I've got a cross situation going on here. What I do want to show you, though, is if you leave these out too long on your plant, see how the ends here on these are kind of bunged up? That's because in the hole right there, something is getting in here and eating these seeds when it was on the plant, and that's why I pulled it. So I want to be able to save some of these seeds. Many of them are gone, they've been eaten. But if I pull one out and I can give it a feel and I can tell there's a seed in there, I'll save it. But if they're gone, they're gone. I have another one down here. I was going through, and many of these seeds they just have the outside. The inside has been eaten away. You can see that. So mark the ones that you think are the best. Let's see if there's one in here. I think it's gone. We'll see. And give them a clip when they start to, when they start to face the ground. So we'll go back to this first one. This one is nice and tall and high, and you can see Those flowers really, the multiple flowers are getting beautiful, but it's not huge and big yet. Let's look at this one over here, which is tumbled over, facing the ground, trying to protect itself from critters, and it is being eaten, which means it's mature. There's mature enough to have seeds in there. And look, yep, lots and lots of seeds. I'll probably take this one too. And I have a couple in the big garden that are marked when they mature more, that I can save them, save those heads. But you can see, even when you clip it, this is where we clipped that one just from just a minute ago. But I still have beautiful heads on here, so I'm not going to take the whole plant down like many people do. I'm going to leave that. Keep the bees coming, right? So that's my little primer on sunflowers. It's not one flower, it's a gazillion flowers. They're good for pollination, and it's easy to save the heads, and then you'll never ever have to buy sunflowers again. You can roast these, the bigger ones especially. I mean, look at the size of that sucker. You can roast these and eat the seeds inside. Still really wet. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's a big seed. And salt them and eat them. Some people boil them, I guess like a peanut. I don't know. But there you go. Stop buying your seeds. Start growing your own. Sunflowers. Good thing. Let's do it. Give me some questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.